Hello and welcome. My name is Bubba Fabes and welcome to today's guide of tips and tricks. Now, I will be giving you guys additional resources and everything can be found down in the description below, all the links and all the titles to help you guys maneuver through this easily. But today's guide is all about giving you guys extra tips and tricks that will help you improve your skill level to give you guys that extra bump that you need to get into that next ranked level. So for my first tip, and this is something I've talked about in my previous guides, and it is communication. One of the biggest parts of winning games in Rainbow Six Siege is communicating to your team. But I get a lot of questions. Hey, I don't have friends or a team to play with. I'm always stuck solo queuing and my team doesn't talk. Well, that's a bad recipe for disaster. So I'm here to help you guys out. And the first thing that you're going to want to do is download Discord. Again, everything's going to be in the description below that you can click on, take you directly there. What is Discord? Discord is a free voice and text chat application designed specifically for gamers. And this will be usable by not just the PC community, but by Xbox and the PS4. So, what we're going to do is, I already have Discord up here on my screen. Now over here on the left you'll see these are all the servers that I'm a part of. It's also free to start your own server, but I'm going to guide you to where you can find groups of people to play Rainbow Six Siege with. So when you first start it up, you're not going to have really any servers. You're going to want to click on this little plus button down below, and we're going to want to join a server. So clicking that, we're going to type in discord.gg/Rainbow 6 with the number and join. Coming up here, we have in the bottom right, welcome Bubba Fabes. Don't forget to read the introduction to help figure out my role in this Discord. So that top left here, we're going to click the introduction. This will just give you kind of the rules, the different roles you can have in this channel, and just a brief outline of all the information. So go ahead and read that. But what you're going to want to do before you can really interact with this, underneath introduction, you have your registration. Click on that. Down at the bottom here, you'll see at Bubba Fabes, that's me. Welcome to the official Rainbow Six Discord server. Now, assign yourself a role. You got PC, Xbox, and PS4. Now, of course, I'm a PC gamer, but again, this is usable by all you guys. So, !PC enter, and that's gonna assign me a role as a PC player. That's all I have to do. Now I can go ahead, scroll down. This is gonna assign me into PC players. So here we have casual. If you just want to play some casual, there's some casual here. Serious casual, NA. So this is North American servers. We have ranked. We have more specific ranked. If you're looking to play with other coppers, you have that going down. These guys are a bunch of plat, so if you're a plat, you want to push for gold, then that's the server for you. Going down the EU, if you're on the EU side, you have that option here, so your pings aren't always all over the spectrum for that. You can play with your own servers. So go ahead and get into that, play with these players. You'll be communicating and you'll be winning games in no time. So download this app and check this out. Now, on the same page, let's say you want to be part of an actual clan, continuously play with the same people. That's what you're going to want to do. I recommend checking out this website, battlestandards.com. This is used for multiple games, but for our purpose, we're going to click Rainbow Six Siege. And then these are all the clans that are looking for players. Some of them may be more specific, like actual competitive teams. But check this out. If you're really serious about playing with the same people, getting that group synergy, check out this website right here. These are all the clans. I know there's a few on here that I've played with before, and there's some really good teams going on. So go ahead and check out this website. Get yourself involved in a community, and you'll really see a fantastic new experience in Rainbow Six Siege through that. For my second tip, this is going to revolve around your aim. So, Rainbow Six Siege, with those one-shot headshots, it's vital that that's what you're going to be getting, especially when you hit those high levels. You want to have your aim on point, and this little application, this is just through a web browser, but this will help you improve that aim, improve that hand-eye coordination, and that reflex time. So, clicking right onto it, this is the first thing that comes up. Now you have two options. One is the challenge in the little bracket up here. It's a pro gamer, I got this. So this is kind of your ultimate challenge, your ultimate goal. But to the right here, you have training. Now normally what I do is training. Now this is an application that you can use when you get those really long queue times. It's easy for you to bring it up. You can just click around on this while you're waiting for that game to come up. This is going to give you a couple little extra options. I usually click on auto balance. You can kind of change some little things around here, but pretty easy to leave it on standard. This is going to give you something to just click around, and it'll increase that accuracy, increase your hand-eye coordination. The more you practice it, the better you get, and you start to be able to snap to those heads even better. So in your spare time waiting around, I highly recommend checking out this game and get your practice on, and you'll be headshotting in no time. So get that going. So now continuing on with that point of accuracy, we're going to talk about mouse sensitivity because it's directly related. So there's this fantastic website called r6prosettings.net. Again, that'll down in the description below. But this website gives you all the information about all the pro leaguers, all the really professional Rainbow Six Siege players, and the settings that they use, as well as some of the peripherals that they have. So we're looking over here, we're really concentrated on the mouse, so you can see what kind of mouse they're using. And then you can go over here and see DPI. So the DPI sensitivity, that's kind of how quickly you move the mouse and what it's showing up on screen. And you notice that everyone has a different DPI settings because everyone plays differently. Everyone has a different comfort level. So it's going to take some time. I recommend trying a nice lower one. I use a 500 DPI. 800 is okay too. But if you're one of the people that use like 1200, there are still people that use that. But try a lower one, see how that works out for you. If you really want to like change up your game style, it may work out better. Multiplier, and I'll get to that in a minute, but these are like your in-game settings, your horizontal and your vertical, your ADS. Field of view, that's in your display settings. Again, notice everyone kind of has a different one. Find out what's comfortable, play around with this stuff a little bit, and you'll see a difference on your game. So the multiplier, what you're going to want to do for that is in your documents, click on your games, Rainbow Six Siege. You'll see normally you'll have one file of these mixed numbers. You're going to want to click on that. That's your game settings here. This kind of will pop up. You're going to want to scroll down till you see input. And then right here we have mouse sensitivity multiplier, and that's the number that they're talking about there. So if you notice that some of them, most of them is going to be 0.02, that's standard, but you notice that sometimes they'll change it a little bit. So that's the number that you're going to want to change there. So now moving my way into my third topic, and this is going to be changing your settings to give you extra control over your movement. Now when I say this, it doesn't really make sense, but going into options, control, you'll see I have my lean on hold as well as my kind of crouch on hold, and I'll talk a little bit about that. With my key bindings, I changed the key bindings for my prone is going to be C, and my crouch is going to be control. Now the reason I have crouch as control is my pinky can always rest there as I move around, allowing me to kind of be able to bounce up and down, and this is going to work in unison with the hold lean that I was talking about. Now with the hold lean, I've actually changed it to 2 buttons on my mouse, allowing me to maneuver my guy from my mouse buttons. But the other thing is it can also make it harder to aim while you're kind of clicking down your thumb, so some people don't like that. Other people can use it straight up with the Q and E. So I recommend trying both of those out. But basically what this is going to do is going to give you extra micromanagement over your operator, allowing you to kind of peek around corners a little bit quicker and have a little bit more control over that, allowing you to bounce around a little bit, making it harder for you to get shot at. So play around with that, try it out in casual. It's going to take a long time to get used to, but as you get used to it, you'll notice you have much more control over your operator and you can use him much more smoothly. So now, while we're talking about settings, we're going to talk about graphic settings. Now I have done a previous video on this, but I've actually found a video by NJ Overclock. Some of you guys may have heard of him, another fantastic Siege YouTuber. Actually went really well in detail into this, kind of described each one. So if you really want to kind of dig deep into the graphic settings, Now I have a decent graphics card and whatnot, so I'm not worried about the frame rates. I get really good frame rates, but if that's something you're worried about, check out his video. It'll talk about the values of each of these settings, what it has on your frames, as well as the effect that it'll have on your screen. So also it depends whether or not you really want to play competitive. You may want to turn a lot of these down even more, but trying to find that balance between looking like garbage and looking good. I try to do YouTube videos, so I think I found my balance right here. You can copy my settings if you want, but like I said, if you really want to dig deep into this, his video will be sent in the link in the description below. Well guys, that is it for today. I hope that these tips and tricks were helpful to you. I highly recommend trying it out. If you really want to get serious with Siege, you're really going to want to do these fine tunes, really dig deep into these files in Rainbow Six to get the most out of it, to really crack into your skill potential. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as well as clicking that little bell if you want to continually be notified every time I send out a guide, as well as don't forget to like this video if you learned something, and leave a comment. I always love to hear from you. So until next time, my friends, I will see you later.